first of all, I'd like to thank the U.S. Attorney's Office and the FBI for their obviously very swift and thorough work. As their statement had said, they've concluded their investigation at Talladega Superspeedway and determined that Bubba Wallace was not the target of a hate crime. For us at NASCAR, this is the best result we could hope for. This is disturbing to hear that it was thought that one of our own had committed this heinous act. It is fantastic to hear from the FBI definitively that there was not a hate crime. I do want to make sure everyone understands that if given the evidence that we had was delivered to us on Saturday night or late Saturday afternoon, we would do the same thing. We would have done the same investigation. It was important for us to do. There is no place in our sport for this type of racism or hatred. It's not part of who we are as a sport. I want to make sure that everyone understands that our portion of this with the FBI was something that was, we were very cooperative, as you would expect. We provided them with roster information, photographic and video evidence that aided them in their conclusions. Additionally, the industry was very supportive. Not just the members of the 43, and I want to be clear about the 43 team. The 43 team had nothing to do with this. The evidence is very clear that the noose that was in that garage had been in the garage previously. The last race we had there in October, that noose was present. And it was, the fact that it was not found until a member of the 43 team came there is something that is a fact. We had not been back to the garage. It was a quick one-day show. The crew member went back in there. He looked he saw the noose, brought it to the attention of his crew chief, who then went to the NASCAR series director, Jay Fabian, and we launched this investigation. To be clear, we would do this again. That of the evidence that we had, it was clear that we needed to look into this. So again, I want to thank the FBI for that. I also want to talk about yesterday. Yesterday, to me, as a sport, was one of the most important days we had. It's one of the most and kind of an indelible print on my mind until the day I die, that seeing the support that Bubba had from not just the drivers, but all the crews, all the officials who were down in pit row, anyone who was part of that footprint, everyone wanted to show their support for a family member of NASCAR. We are one big family. We are one large community. And everyone's belief is that someone was attacking a member of our family. It turned out that that was not the case. But at the time, that's what our industry thought. So drivers, crew, our officials, everyone supported Bubba Wallace and the 43 team. And that was a very powerful image in not just the history of our sports, but I think in all sports. So with that, as Eric said, we are continuing our portion of the investigation to try to determine why there was a rope fashioned into a noose, which obviously happened sometime last October or before, and we'll do that. And when we have further information, we will get back to the media, and at that time, I'll be happy to answer any questions.